Hello friends, welcome to Inscryption. This was suggested to me by a sub, Samson DeBest, aka Mass Alzheimer's. I played it a little bit last night, right after he told me about it, and I figured this might be a good game to do a quick kind of showcase on. It's just in demo form at the moment, but is available for free, and the game is going to be released October 19th, which is just a couple weeks away. I'm not sure how long the video is going to be, but I do want to say that if there's ever a game out there that has particularly a free demo that you think I'd be interested in, or that my channel subs and followers would be interested in, then just let me know, and I'll see if I can fit it into my schedule, and most of the time I probably could. So let's jump into Inscryption. Another challenger. It has been ages. Perhaps you've forgotten how this game is played. Allow me to remind you. I did play this, and I'm just restarting over, and so I do kind of know what to do a little bit, but I haven't really figured everything out. So, play the squirrel card. Right, so we have these kind of cards here, and we get to play the squirrel. I assume will all have animals, because I've seen that at this point. And we can use W and S can move us around our view around. We can also use the roller on the mouse, and the stoat. And it's pretty, the stoat, I assume, is, there's an interesting little story that unfolds with him, so just keep an eye on what he says and does, and it's kind of funny. Stoats cost 1 blood. Sacrifices must be made, so we must sacrifice a card in order to play this because it needs 1. This is the cost of the card. And a squirrel doesn't attack, but it does have a health of 1. It's basically meant to just be a sacrifice. Then we can place them here. So wolves require 2 sacrifices. Ring the bell to end your turn and commence combat. So I can't use the wolf because I only have 1 card or 1 animal out here to sacrifice, and I can't play it. So we'll ring the dinner bell, I guess. Your stoat stands unopposed. Yep. So a power, or the attack strength, basically. And its health. One damage. I added it to the scale. You win if you tip my side all the way down. Like this. You can see the scale up here shows how far you have to bring it. So once you bring it to here, you can go over, but you have to get it to here in order to win. And if it's pointing here, you lose. Your stoat stands in the way of my coyote. My coyote dealt 2 damage to your stoat. that means your stoat's health is 2 less. So it's pretty obvious what's happening here, right? If it reaches 0, it dies. My turn. You may draw from your deck, which is this, or you may draw a squirrel. So it's interesting that you have, like, should I draw a sacrifice, or should I draw a card? Now, cards, from what I can tell, you know, this one only needs 1 to sacrifice. These need 2 to sacrifice, so I think it's best to take a sacrifice in order to play a wolf, right? How dull. Okay. So we'll play the squirrel. And then we can sacrifice the stoat and the squirrel. The beast is sacrificed but not removed from your deck. Its suffering was real, but you will see it again. And then we want to kill the coyote, of course, with our wolf here. Because you are learning, I will pass. Oh, that's mighty kind of you. So we'll just choose this other card just to show you what it is. It's a River Snapper. It costs 2 with a strength of 1 and 6 health. So more of a tank. It does less damage, but it can tank more hits. We can't play either of them, so we'll just pass. And these are teeth, by the way. As more damage is dealt to our opponent, they pull teeth, and the same for us. When we take damage, we have to place our teeth on the scale. Pretty dark, but I like it. It's interesting. 3 damage dealt, 3 weights on the scale. It's passing again. That's not very smart of him, is he? So we don't have any other choice here, but we're going to win anyway, so... So we've gone over. So he'll collect the teeth that we deal in excess of the scale. They won't all be so easy. But what's interesting about the scale is if I deal 1 damage and then take a damage, it goes back to balance. So we have to deal 5 more damage than the opponent does to us in order to win. And it's interesting. It's a novel idea about that, I think. I see it a lot in board games, but I don't see it in video games too often. Let me recall your story. Oh yes. You were lost deep in the forest. And this is kind of why I'm thinking of, and I think most people would think of Slay the Spire. But mostly just for this. The cards do play very differently. A single path revealed itself. 2 denizens of the forest approached you tentatively. An adder, the caustic adder, damage from its poison bite is always lethal. So it doesn't matter how much damage it does, it will kill its opposing animal. Or the undying cat, sacrificing the poor beast does not kill it. I really like this one. I used it quite a bit. So I'm going to go for the other one, I think, this time, but The thing about this one that I found interesting is that it doesn't leave your side of the table unless it is killed by the opponent. So it's kind of taking up space, but it's allowing you to throw down some bigger enemies. So it's an interesting kind of balance there. Taking up one of your 4 spaces while slowly building up your side of the table. I'll show it to you. We'll stick with it. Some of the creatures of the forest seemed willing to follow you. You came across an abandoned sack. You found a squirrel and a bottle, break in case of emergency. And a second. Another useful implement. I'll allow you to tip the scales with it. You can see where that's going. 3 is as much as you can carry. You were ambushed while crossing some rough terrain. Play along for now. You may now see my moves ahead of time. So here, this is what they're going to be playing on their turn. There are stumps that we can get through. This row or column is empty. We also have a boulder on our side. So the wolf cub will land here on their turn and then start attacking this boulder. Let's play the squirrel. And then let's sacrifice the squirrel for the cat. We can hide it behind that stump, basically. And now we can use the cat, even though it won't go away, and then we can throw our stoat to the side here. Here we go. Yes. Now, I could use the river snapper instead, like get rid of both of them, but I'll pass on that. Just have the stoat doing some work now. So the wolf cub will age now. He'll turn into an actual wolf that we've seen before, so. I'm gonna pull a squirrel. And then sacrifice for the cat. And the cat for the red snapper. The airborne bat flies over creatures to attack directly. So you can see now we are in balance, and I need to now shift the scales in my favor by 5 again. I think I'm going to go for this. Yep, because I have the squirrels here if I need them. But yeah, we can do that. We'll sacrifice the cat and the red snapper and then place the wolf here. So nothing is coming in. We just have the wolf to contend with. I'll pull this here, and then I think what I'm going to do is now sacrifice this wolf and the cat. I mean, it's to place him here so that we can kill that wolf off. Maybe that's not efficient, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to win this anyway, so. There. You prevailed and trekked onwards past the new bloodied terrain. So now we can get ourselves a wolf cub. This one only costs 1 sacrifice, but it takes a turn to build up, basically. Or we can take the meek sparrow, an inexpensive, if feeble, flying creature. So it would be skipping over the enemy. I kind of liked this one. I'm gonna take the wolf cub though. For this reason, I want to see how this works. This was a pretty cool thing here, that we get to... you stumbled into some strange stones in the mist. You were compelled to choose a worthy sacrifice, one that will be lost forever. So I can sacrifice the cat or the wolf cub, and we'll get its ability. So I'm gonna get rid of the wolf cub because I'm interested to seeing how this is going to impact the next card. You looked upon your menagerie and selected a healthy host, saying pick me, so I'll do it. We'll see how this goes. What an honor. A ghastly spectacle, but the soul of the wolf cub now lives in the stoat. I've made the stoat fly before. I want to see how that is impacted. It looks pretty interesting. But you can see... Oh, so this is another mechanic. Behold my totem. It inscribes my canine cards with the airborne sigil. You can see where, you can see where this is going, right? There's some pretty cool mechanics that you don't see in other games, or that you see in other games, but it's implemented very differently here. You can see that his coyote acts the same as the bat now. So first, the squirrel. I guess it doesn't matter where we put it. Then the cat. I have not forgotten, don't worry. And actually, let's use one. Because I can put a wolf out now. We'll put him here. And then we'll bring the stoat in too. So this is why I like the cat though. You get to continue to use it. You don't have to really worry about what's going on with them. Back on the board. My totem has granted the coyote the power of flight. Okay, so it's now a 2-5 instead of a 1-3. That's interesting. It's interesting, right? Let's take another card here. It's a wolf. I'm probably just gonna pass, because we've killed off all of theirs now. So we'll take the squirrel and then sacrifice them both. Bring in the wolf again. You're 0 damage away from winning. Impressive. You may yet survive this ordeal. Knock on wood. The flighty elk, it moves after attacking. The watchful bullfrog, it leaps in the way of attacking flyers. The proud wolf, a vicious contender. And I don't know what this does, but I've spent a lot of time clicking on it, and I don't know what it does. Let's go for kind of like the bullfrog. We'll take that. Now we can go to the fire, or that sacrifice one. I know we have a fire coming up here, so let's go back to this. This is a way of culling cards, but it's also making your cards stronger too. So you don't want to cull too much, of course. But let's see here. You can choose either one first too. That's something interesting. I think I'm gonna put the cat in because we're still going to have that ability. It's just going to be on another card. Let's put it on the red snapper, or river snapper. So now we can sacrifice the river snapper and never get rid of it. I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm not really going for effectiveness here. Somewhere in this foul cabin. So, we've got Grand Furs, which will block flying enemies. So when the sparrow comes up, it'll be attacking the Grand Fur and not so much me. And then we have these grizzlies to contend with. So, squirrel. Oops. Let's bring in the bullfrog. Because I'm gonna get rid of it actually right here. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I probably should have put him here, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't know if you're meant to win this one. Let's go for our card here. It's another wolf. Because the problem is I can't throw many cards down. So no, not really. And I'm just going to put it there. Yeah, you're going to see here, we're not meant to win this, I don't think. And there's not much I can do. Let's use this then. A well-earned point of damage. I didn't think you would really do it. I mean, there's nothing I can do. Just throw that there, and that's it. You've lost. Using this as a learning opportunity may be the only way to mitigate my disappointment. Get up. Get up from the table. Fetch me the candlestick from atop the barrel beside the door. So this is kind of the, using, these keys here, you can move around the cabin that we're actually sitting in. And it looks like there's things that you can do here. But I haven't seen them all, of course. But we're meant to bring this candlestick, which was on top of the barrel, right? And then there's, you know, this is going on, and there's some interesting things going on here that we may learn when you know, start playing the actual game. Now sit back down. Let me explain something to you. That was one of the 2 mistakes you can make here. If you make another, I must sacrifice you. Now, where were we? Right. So I'll go this way. The ornery porcupine. Sharp quills await those who dare attack it. Cool. So I have one that has the cat. I think I'm gonna go for this one still. I'm gonna take another cat into my deck with that ability. You came across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation, they huddled around a campfire. They looked upon you, your group of creatures, and beckoned. Come, warm one of your creatures by the fire, one said. Warm it by the fire. That will enhance its power, said another. You noticed one of the survivors wiping drool from their mouth. Yeah, he's not too excited about it, but it's going to enhance his power, and I feel like this is probably a decent one. Or the river snapper, because we'll never be able to kill it by sacrifice. So I'll put the river snapper in. The fire warmed the poor river snapper, enhancing its power by 1. One of the survivors reached toward it. Another gnashed their teeth. Without a word, you pulled the river snapper away from the fire and left. The trees seemed to close in around you as a chill mist descended. In the distance you could hear the clicking of metal on stone. A hobbled figure stood in your path. Hee-haw! 'Twas the prospector! Now, I didn't beat this on my first try, so I'll see if I can do it this time. Well, we want to get squirrel, cat, and I think we'll put the cat here. I can't use these, so I wonder if I would have saved those if I could use them now. And I wonder. I think the answer is yes. I probably should have saved them, but I kind of wanted to just show them off. Thinking in the future. But if we take out the pack mule here, then we get some cards that are underneath it. So it's kind of a good idea to attempt that. Yeah, let's get the squirrel. And wolf. But I do want to, you know, stay alive, so we'll stick with that. Unfortunately, we lost our cat. But it's interesting that we are only allowed one card. We can draw from our deck, or we can draw a squirrel. It is interesting. Let's get a squirrel. I'll put the squirrel here, and we'll just pass. And there we go. We already lost. More gold for me. You aren't dead yet. This isn't purgatory, though you may think of it that way. Before you expire, I must ask you a favor. I would like a memento. Your very own death card. It's quite plain at the moment, isn't it? We will work together to amend that. I want this to be the perfect memento of you. Here are some cards from your mediocre deck. We can put them to good use. Please choose a card to draw the cost from. So we want to make this cheap, right? So bullfrog. A cost of 1 blood from the bullfrog. And another. This time I will use its power and health. The numbers. River Snapper sounds good. A 2 and a 6. That costs just 1. So this part is really fun. I'm enjoying this part. You do have to lose, I think. You get to make this from your mediocre deck, the one that you lost with. And you get to use it the next time you play. So it's a cool way for it to carry forward. And I'm wondering, as you lose with bigger and better decks, how amazing this card could be. 2 power and 6 health from the River Snapper. Now choose a card from which we will extract the sigils. So it's now also going to have a sigil of many lives from the cat, which is pretty cool. I never did ask you your name. There is now but one final matter. The portrait. Are you ready? You do not need to smile. Here we go again. Another challenger. Perhaps it is time. Perhaps you can understand bones. The resourceful opossum costs 2 bones. You gain a bone when one of your creatures perishes for any reason, including sacrifices, by the way. It didn't tell me that the first time, and when it happened, I thought, oh, cool. So the rattler is going to be right there. We can use our stoat to sacrifice. From the death of your creature, you've gained a bone. You will not lose this until it is spent, or the battle ends. So it costs 2. So we won't be able to use that. And the wolf costs 2, so I won't be able to use that. I could use the squirrel now, and then put the wolf out, but I'm going to pass. Because of that. Yeah, let's grab a squirrel. And a possum right there. Costs 2 bones. And I will now use the wolf. Let's just keep it as is. There. And we'll grab the bullfrog. Oh. Okay. I was kind of hoping that would be my card, but I guess that just doesn't come up yet. Bullfrog costs 1, so we can get that there. And we'll pass. How brutal of you. You dealt me more damage than you needed to win. However, in my game, such feats are rewarded. To be precise, a tooth to keep for each extra damage dealt. The trapper may be interested in your spoils. I don't know who the trapper is, but... Oh! I forgot your figurine. Get up and fetch it for me. It's behind the safe. So remember the safe was right there. So there's our figurine. Yep, and then there's some more information going on here. Beehive squirrel. So it seems that there's some puzzles, right? That we need to do. There's a box here. Still don't know what to do about that. And then we have the book here. Gives you information about all of the different cards and the abilities and everything, and there are so many. I don't even know. I haven't been through all of them, so. The meager coyote. But what did you expect for only 4 bones? Only 4 bones. The nefarious rattler. A brittle creature once past its monstrous fangs. So it deals a lot, but can die pretty easily. The unkillable cockroach. It returns to your hand after dying. So this one's pretty cool because, you know, you play it, it dies, you get a bone, and you also get the cockroach into your hand. So in 4 more bones, you get to place the cockroach back out, and that's the cycle. I don't know if I mean, the bones seem to be a bit weaker in general. You can see they all have 1 health. But 4 versus 4, I'm going to take the cockroach. Because its ability I might be able to use later. You know, you're free to get up again. Keep your blood flowing. So yeah, I am no tyrant. You may stand whenever the map is unrolled. It allows me time to plan your next encounter. But do keep your hands off my possessions. So we can, you know, we can walk around. I don't know what this... Ooh, okay. I didn't know this. Huh. I don't know what that does. Perhaps opens when you find the right code. These don't do anything. Okay. I don't know if if I make this happen, if something else happens, I don't know. But in any case, there's not much for me to do at this time, so. Not that I've figured out. Maybe there is something, but some bone tokens for a rainy night. Looks like perhaps 4. A rock may get you out of a hard place. Choose 1. Oh, cool. Well, let's go for the bones, I guess, because it seems like something that we're going to be able to do. To use with that cockroach in particular. Feeling overburdened enough with a full 3 items, you carried on. Yeah, so we can only have 3. I might have said that before, but if you're getting the point here, right? Whoops. At this time, you know, we have sacrifices and we have bones, and perhaps in the future, with the full release, we'll be able to see different combinations and different currencies that we can use to play cards. Let's put you there. Okay. We'll keep going with... I'll grab another squirrel. Just put it out there, and that's about it. We only have 1 bone, so I'm not going to do too much with that. So now we have 2 bones. So I'll probably just grab one of these. It's a wolf. We can play the opossum for free because of those 2 bones. And then I can sacrifice both of those for the wolf. And then we have 2 bones again. Let's grab another squirrel. Let dinner ring. And just to look at the other card. Are you smart or something? A passcode in the rulebook, you say. So we look over here, that rulebook, and there's a passcode with what looks like a dial. Right? So 273. But I can't stand up from the table until the map is back out. So we need to remember that. 273. Let's get you out there. Okay. Ooh, and I forgot already. 273. River Snapper. There's the jogger. Nice face. Or Yager. Or Jaguar. Or, I've heard many different ways that this is pronounced. And I just want to say that I say jogger. It doesn't mean anything. If you have a different way that you've thought of it being pronounced, I've heard Yager way more than jogger. So, in any case, the omnipresent mole. Ooh, I haven't seen this. It burrows and emerges to block any land-born attacker. Well, we definitely want to take the Yager, right? Let's stand up before I forget. We'll walk over to the safe here. 2. Seven, 3. All right. A stink bug. Huh. So yeah, put that away. It said, is I mean the stoat around. So I'm wondering if the stoat has a name. Peter? Is the only name for some reason. Paul? I can't figure out too many P names apparently, so maybe it's Penelope, I guess. And a key. We know what the key could go into, right? Looks like that. And now this. And again, like I do not know what to do with this. So, oh, it looks like Ooh, okay. All right, I got you. And I didn't even try ringing the dinner bell. But 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I get 5? Oh, a skink. How did I get 5? I don't know. I don't know how that was supposed to mean 5, but I forgot that I had put that there. Very well. You may add it to your deck, and I'll deal with you one every so often. A skink. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how that's 5. Hmm. So 0. I'm not getting any of these, so yeah, I don't know what 5 means. Oh, I see what's happening here. 5, so we need to win by 5. I get it. So this isn't going to do anything. I can't move this one. So, yeah, we want to put that in our hands. Or put that out. Okay, we're winning by 1 now. I'm just going to be throwing numbers out here. So this would kill that, and then this comes in and hits. This hits, and then this comes in later. I feel like we're getting pretty close here. Oh, I didn't know I could steal that one. There it is. A worker ant. And an ant queen, I assume? Formidable creatures, those ants. Very well. I will add them to your deck and make them available for future challengers. Cool. None of this, I haven't done any of that. That's pretty cool, though. So I wonder how this works. I assume I have to do this. I have to have this on the board in order to get it. Huh. Hmm. Well, let's sit back down here, shall we? And I feel like we have enough cards in our deck now. So maybe we want to call one or raise one's power. Let's actually... Is there a way to... I want to know what these do. The worker ant. This might take a while. Okay. The value represented with this sigil will be equal to the number of ants that the owner has on their side of the table. So I need to have a worker ant out first, and then I can put the queen ant out? Is that how that works? Let's say yes. Both of these will... No, this one just increases the power. This one will cull. Let's go for the power. Oh, this is health plus 2. I didn't see this before. No way, he says. Well, we can really power ourselves up here. Oh, okay, so maybe this has a power of the amount of ants, worker ants out there. That might be what this means. He says no way. I like the idea of powering me up, because I'm going to be sitting out there for a long time and I'll never be sacrificed. I like the idea of that. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Let's see if I can actually draw him now. Alright, well, I don't know what that means. We've got a wolf cub and a coyote coming in to attack whatever we put out. Probably this... Ew. We could put the stoat out. Or the skink. Lose tail. When a card bearing the sigil would be struck, a tail is created in its place, and a card bearing the sigil moves to the right. Ooh, cool. I wanna check what that is. Whoops. So let's throw the skink out, and we'll put it with the coyote. And we'll let that go for now, and I'll be able to do some work with. It's hardly to call it cowardly. Cool. Cool, I like that. So we'll get you out now, squirrel. And we'll put the stoat in to take out the wolf cub. Total misplay. He's only ever told me that. And then we can play the stink bug here. Back in the game. So this pile here of stench reduces the attack by 1. So it now attacks for 1, which is pretty cool. Dinner bell ring. Not bad. Let's be bold here. Ooh, the jogger. Okay, well, let's get rid of the back in the game, I guess. Put you there. And at this point, you can see that we're just on our way to win. He's not going to really do anything at this point. Wow, seriously? I know. I'm sorry, buddy. There. Continuing. The beehive. An inviolable beehive. When it is attacked, you will draw a bee. Well, I saw something back there for the bee. A squirrel and a beehive. Okay. Let's go here. So we can sacrifice a card. The choice is yours. I think I want to get rid of the cockroach so I can get this. And that way we can always get another card, right? So let's throw the cockroach in there. I don't really use the cockroach too much. I'll go. Marvelous. So who do we want? The skink sounds like an actually a pretty good one. So whenever it dies, it comes back. I kind of like the skink. The skink was a pretty cool one. Sure. So when he dies, I get one back into my hand. I thought that was pretty neat. Okay. Well, we have a grand fur and a wolf cub. So, squirrel. Now we can't put the beehive there. That's unfortunate. But let's put the skink out, I guess. And we'll go on with that. Maybe I should have kept the skink, yeah, to see where I should put it, but let's go for another squirrel. And worker ant can go here. So it has an attack of 1, I think, because it just has 1 worker ant. So if there were 2 worker ants, maybe it would be an attack of 2. I don't know. I guess I'll go for... Let's go for the big one. Beehive. Oh, but so there's other cards here, so I'm not going to be able to use that. But let's get it going anyway. The skink going out by itself was not a good idea, but I think we're going to win here anyway. Oh, nope. I thought I was much closer than that. So we got a bee, which flies. It costs 1 and it doesn't cost anything, actually. That's pretty nice. Okay, we'll go for a squirrel here. And a bee. Yeah, putting the skink there was just a bad idea. And we'll get... I'll just get rid of you. And... the bee or the squirrel? Squirrel. Oh, okay, we actually got the skink back. That's good. And we'll put you there. Power and numbers, the ant's creed. We have all of those bones and nothing to do with it, so... Well, let's go forward. Well, we want to put you out. I think I'm going to have to do this. I'm gonna try this. I think there's something cool gonna happen there. Perfect. Completely blocked. I like it. Wriggling tail. How did we get the wriggling tail? Oh, wow. Oh, that's really cool. Let's go for the squirrel then. It doesn't really matter where I put this. I do want to put the worker ant out, so I'll do that. Yep, so they get stronger as you put more out. And we'll do this again. Oh boy, this is, I see where this is going. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. Bullfrog. There we go. Oof, that one was interesting. I don't really want any of these. I'll take the coyote, I guess. We want to call a card here. This is the boss here, so we're getting to the end here. But let's go with the U. And kind of like the idea of just pumping this one to oblivion. So whoever's going to attack it will attack with one less. That seems pretty cool. Here's the boss finally. Oh, we only get one try. My boss battles are high stakes tests for your aptitude. With one flame, you will either overcome them or die. Fear not, I will let you keep the smoke. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's right, the smoke. So this is him again. 'Twas this prospector. Yeehaw! Yeah, I know. The mule's the key, right? So we definitely want to be going for the pack mule because we get stuff from that. Let's go. When this dies, you get, or we get 4 bones, which is pretty nice. Squirrel, right? Squirrel first. Then let's go with skink, and we'll put it right here against the coyote. And I'll quit there. Wow, that is way too powerful. Okay, let's do this. Worker ant. So wriggling tail we can put here again. And then I can use maybe don't really want to use any of these. So we'll keep this going for now. And we got the wriggling tail again. Let's try and get a bigger... bullfrog, come on. Well, we can do this. We'll put that there and we'll get rid of it because we can just get it right back again. And this way we can start killing what's coming in. Let's put it here again. And then use that to put the stoat out so that I can start attacking that, I guess. Okay, big card here. Ooh. Okay. Well, we definitely want to put this out. But we need to sacrifice first. So, Wriggling Tail is basically a free... And that's it. Big one. The coyote. Okay, we can put the coyote out. We have a lot of stuff going on over here. I was just wanting to get one of these here, right? Let's get that. Let's put that there. And a wriggling tail is easy to just put out there. I hope you didn't think it would be that easy. So now we have to do it again. There's gold on them cards. Oh! I did forget about that. Gold! Abstract gold! Okay. Well, let's keep going with these. Possums, I can't do anything here. So we'll pass and let them go. And now we've got... Let's do... Oh, draw a card, that's right. Keep going with our big cards here. Wriggling Tail. And then we'll get rid of that to put in our skink here. I'm wondering if I should put... let's just put smoke out. So many bones. I know, right? Wolf. Okay, well, a possum can go right there. And wriggling tail can go here, I guess. I need these spaces to open up. It's kind of just in my way here. Well, we'll go with this. It's slow going, but it's going. Okay, we'll take a squirrel. Okay, squirrel. Now, wolf. Right there. And wriggling tail. And then we'll put the skink here instead. That will get rid of the pack mule, finally. So we get a whole bunch of cards there into our hand, which is pretty cool. Dagnabbit, my mule! Jeez. Okay, well, we can certainly put the turkey vulture out. So we'll throw you here. Wow. And there's really nothing else that I need to do here. I guess I could put a wolf out, but I'm gonna win here, so... What is this? strange feeling.
Hey there, card gamers.
And that was Inscryption. I think there's some good potential there. It's an interesting, very different game from, you know, Slay the Spire type of games, where you've got a hand of cards, you play in battles, you can cull them or make them stronger. All of those things are still there, but the mechanics behind them are great. They're novel. They fit very well into the theme of, you know, that very dark. I don't want to say Friday Nights at Freddy's, but I think you can kind of see the same thing. Maybe you disagree with me, but I definitely see it in there. And I've never even played that game, so. Anyway, if this is a game that interests you, I do want to shout back out to Mass Alzheimer's again for pointing this game out to me. If you have any other ideas or demos that you want me to try out, maybe I will throw a video together for it and throw it on the channel. So with that, if you like the content, leave a like, leave a comment, and as always, thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you next time.